I'm your man, Jay Muscle, back again for another session of Speak Your Game. And yes, a whole lot of things have went down in the basketball world. Oh my Lord, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the NCAA Tournament. I'm going to talk about who won, who got put out in the last couple games. And the NBA season is slowly coming to an end, but a lot of excitement is coming out. But first, I'd like to give a shout out to Total Apex. Jay Muscle, write for Total Apex Sports. I write about basketball, football, and anything else sports related. There's other writers and great stories on Total Apex. They cover sports, living, politics, gaming, entertainment. Hey, give these guys a look, and I guarantee you're like something at Total Apex. Shout out to my Total Apex family. But this is Speak Your Game. I'm Jay Muscle, and the NCAA Tournament, even though it was all bad for me, I don't know how it was for y'all, but my picks didn't make it. I had Missouri, KU, Arizona, Wisconsin. None of my guys made it, but we have finally made it down to a champion for the 2024-2025 season. But first, I like to give a special shout out to the Houston Cougars for putting out Duke. Yes, it was a crazy game. Shout out to Cooper Flagg. Hey, he played his heart out. Hey, no disrespect or anything to Duke or anything like that. It's just the UNC Tar Heel in me. I just didn't want to see y'all go to the championship. But tough game for Duke. Houston Cougars, hey, they brought it down to the last nitty gritty, and they busted it out. And then Florida Gators, yeah, they laid the smackdown on Auburn Tigers. Yes, that was close down to the wire too, but the stage was set. Florida Gators, the Houston Cougars. Everybody had their picks. Florida Gators, Houston Cougars, who was going to win. I had my money on the Florida Gators, and you know who pulled it out? Yes, sir, the Florida Gators. Yes, the Florida Gators beat the Houston Cougars. They are the new national championship for the 24-25 season. Hey, it has been a long road for them. Shout out to Coach Todd Golden. He is the youngest coach to win a national championship since 1983 when my UNC Tar Heels did it. But shout out to him. But there's two players that I've been watching on Florida that I want to give a special shout out to. And I want to tell y'all to keep a close eye out for these two players. If they transition into the NBA, they might stay in Florida for another spin, try to grab another championship. You never know. But there's two guys that I was watching, and I'm like, man, when they make it to the league, they're going to be a problem. As long as they stay healthy, they go into a franchise that they could exploit their maximum potential. Yes, these guys are going to be special in the league. And we all know how my predictions be. I ain't going to say no names, but most of my predictions about players come out to be right. And one of these players, he showed out. He completely showed out in the game against Auburn. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Walter Clayton Jr. Yes, that man strapped the team on his back and he did his thing. Dropped 34 points in that game. Shot 11 for 18 from the field. The man was 5 for 8 from 3-point. He did his thing. And he marched into the national championship and continued to do his thing. Yeah, he dropped 11 points, but he was a factor in the game. He was 3 for 10 from the field goal, 1 for 7 from 3-point, but his presence was there. To me, he looks like another version of Jamal Murray, Kemba Walker, you know what I'm saying, mixing them up. The guy is special, and once he gets into the league and develops more, I'm telling you, we are not going to forget the name Walter Clayton Jr. once he gets into the league. I'm telling you. And there's another guy that plays for the Florida Gators. His energy, that's what drew me into focusing on this player, was his energy. And I'm talking about, if the ball was around, he's scrapping for it. If he's trying for open looks, he's open looks for other players. Like, this guy is maximum energy. And that guy was Will Richard. He was like 5 for 10 from the field goal, from field goal range. 4 for 7 from 3-point. He had like 18 points in the national championship game. I'm telling you, Will Richard is going to be special once he gets into the league. These two guys, man, for real. I'm letting y'all know now. If they enter the draft, if teams pass up on them, y'all passing up on something special. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. It's gonna be basically like teams passing up on Cooper Flagg. It's a player that can change the whole dynamic of a franchise. These two guys, and you heard it from Jay Muscle. Now, if you don't agree with anything I said about this beginning session, feel free to leave a comment. If you like what I'm talking about, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Speak Your Game is on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any other platforms that you use. Speak Your Game. J Muscle is there. So go ahead and give a thumbs up, give a like. If you don't like what I'm talking about and you want to come here and debate me on sports in general, you can come on. I invite anybody and everybody. Open invitation. It might not go as well as you plan, but doors open for anybody to come to debate sports, basketball, football. I'm with it. I even talk about the WWE. And speaking of the WWE, we are closing down to WrestleMania. And I don't want to hear nothing like, you watch wrestling. These guys are super gladiator athletes. These guys perform year round. You gotta respect that. One of the main events is CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and OTC Roman Reigns. Yeah, they gonna get down. Cody Rhodes and John Cena, they gonna go at it. But WrestleMania is like 12 days away, and yes, I'm going to be talking about that once it gets closer. But the next thing I am going to talk about is this NBA season that is slowly coming to an end. It is coming to an end on April 13th. And I told y'all last session, shit's going to go crazy in the Western Conference. Every game is important in the Western Conference, and I'm explaining that to y'all here in a second. But first, I'm going to talk about the Eastern Conference because I told y'all last time I was talking about the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is pretty much is what it is. Like, everybody's pretty much in their spot, locked down their spot. They might be a couple teams around the third or fourth, around the 4 or 5 seed area. Them teams might get switched around, but it's pretty much set. I see the play-in tournament being the Orlando Magic at 7, the Atlanta Hawks at 8, the Chicago Bulls, who just moved into the ninth place a few days ago, and the Miami Heat in 10. I even think, my opinion, I even think these are pretty much set. You might see the Miami Heat and the Bulls battle it out. The Heat might get up on the Bulls, but as far as Miami Heat getting that 8th spot, I don't see them beating an Atlanta Hawks or a Orlando Magic. Hey, anything can happen. Tyler Hero could go shoot for 60 points. He can be 80% from 3-point. We never know what's going to happen. The end of the NBA season has already been crazy. We have seen 60-point games, 35-point games from some players. We just seen the Lakers take down OKC. Yeah, pop them in the mouth on their own home court. They play him again on Tuesday, so that is an important matchup. But I'm not going to talk about the West right now. Not yet. I'm going to talk about these Cavaliers. I'm telling you, these Cavaliers are killing it right now. Now, Donovan Mitchell's out with an ankle sprain right now. I consider go ahead and just get him his rest until the playoffs start. But hey, that's just me. They might do something different. We already know the Boston Celtics are high powered. Jason Tatum, Derek White, Brown, they're all high powered. They're holding it at the number 2 spot. Number 3, the New York Knicks. Cat, Jalen Brunson, you never know what New York will do. The Indiana Pacers, they're in there at number 4. The Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis just had an NBA history game. The Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons is a miracle story. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. The Detroit Pistons only won like 14 games last season. Not only are they in the sixth seed spot, but they have won 52 games this season. Hey, that's a complete turnaround. Gotta give it up to Detroit and the Detroit Pistons and their squad. Hopefully they can make a deep run into the playoffs. You never know. And like I said, the Orlando Magic at 7, Atlanta Hawks at 8, Bulls at 9, Miami Heat at 10. I'm going to say it's just pretty much set like this. The outcome's still a little early. There's going to be guys that's resting. There's going to be guys coming in from being hurt on the East, coming in, being available. So I'm not going to give prediction in the East yet or the West because everything is going to be high-powered. The Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks play on Tuesday. So, hey, that might be a little mix up there. You never know. But the Western Conference is just, it's really, really, really tight. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, the Oklahoma Thunder have locked down the top number 1 seed in the Western Conference. That's not a problem, even though they just took an L to the Lakers. Not a problem. But OKC is high power. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet, and all of them is good players. But they got it down to the number 1. They have won like 60 plus games. Shai's like averaging 32 points a game. Hey, the Oklahoma Thunder is a serious deal. In the second spot, we have the Houston Rockets. A whole bunch of young guys. They got Steven Adams, who's a vet. They got a guy named Thompson. They got Dylan Brooks. He's been making noise in Houston. Like, these guys are ready to play, and they been playing. When they get into these playoffs, we don't know how it's going to go down. But these guys play, I do believe, April 13th against the. No, they play. Yeah, they play Tuesday. No. I'm sorry. Houston Rockets. They play on the 13th against the. I can't remember who it was. Sorry, can't remember who it was. But like I said before, the Los Angeles Lakers do play the OKC Thunder again on Tuesday. The series, they only played the Thunder 3 times this season. They're tied up with 1 apiece. This last game is going to should set the table for how the Lakers are going to approach if they got to play the Oklahoma Thunder in the NBA playoffs. They might not. They might have to. You never know. You never know how it's going to go down in the NBA playoffs. But also, they do go to Dallas on Wednesday, and Luka goes home since the trade. Hey, how's that going to go down? Technically, I feel they're going to welcome him back with open arms. It ain't like he left on bad terms. It ain't like, if truth be told, everybody's saying nobody knew it was happening. So, I mean, yeah, they should have a tribute ceremony video for him at halftime, like all that. Like, welcome the man home. It ain't like he left on bad terms. He left a nice little message on Instagram or X or something like that to the community of Dallas. He didn't leave on bad terms, but after this game, it might be bad terms because I do believe they're gonna put a whooping on the Dallas Mavericks and move on out. But we will see on Wednesday. We ain't gonna jump ahead because on Tuesday it is an important game too against the Oklahoma Thunder. That's the Lakers at 3. The Denver Nuggets are at 4, which are only a game, like what? Yeah, like a game and a half below the Lakers. They can win 2 games and they could jump back in that 3rd spot. Hey, anything could happen. Man, hey, the Clippers have moved their way up. I do believe they was like 8th seed. They have moved all the way to 5. They toppled over the Warriors. The Warriors have been acting crazy for the past week and a half, winning game after game after game. Yeah, they fell to the Houston Rockets the other night, but I don't think that's going to slow them down at all. Here's what's special about the last 4 spots on the Western Conference, because it's going to be very, very crazy. So we have the Clippers at 5, the LA Clippers at 5, the Golden State Warriors at 6, the Timberwolves at 7, and the Memphis Grizzlies at the 8th spot. All these teams are tied up right now at 46 and 32 losses. 46 wins, 32 losses. They're all tied up. This is one thing that's I've heard today on First Take. If all these teams are tied up, the team that wins the tiebreaker is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I'm not saying the Minnesota Timberwolves are weak or anything like that, but if you look through the games and the games won, the Minnesota Timberwolves hold the tiebreaker. But nothing is dead set. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies play on Thursday, so the Timberwolves could take a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Memphis Grizzlies can move up. Also the Memphis Grizzlies plays Denver on Friday. When it makes it to April 13th, we are going to see some of the best closing NBA season basketball that we haven't seen in a long time, and it's going to be super exciting because this Western Conference, every game matters, every possession matters, and we ain't even talking about the play-in tournament yet. You realize that? We haven't even talked about the play-in tournament yet. So when we get to the play-in tournament after April 13th, because that's the end of the NBA season, it's still, as of right now, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Sacramento Kings, and the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, we already know, is pretty pretty beat up. So, could they make it to that 8th slot? You never know, but more than likely, probably not. Same thing with the Sacramento Kings. They got Zachary, Rosen. Yeah, they still trying to figure it out since the departure of Darren Fox. Could they get it together to win? Possibly, but highly unlikely. It's pretty much going to be set for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies to battle it out to see who's going to get that 7th seed and 8th seed spot. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And we haven't even got into the NBA playoffs yet. In my opinion, these NBA playoffs is going to be something special, and everybody's got to tune in. Now, if you like what I'm talking about here, Speak Your Game, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Hey, I'll love it. Everyone else will. If you don't like what I'm talking about, hey, you can go ahead and leave a thumbs down, leave a comment, and hey, I'll reply to your comment. But I speak the truth. Only stats and facts come from Jay Muscle. You can find me anywhere. I ain't hiding from nobody. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of them places where you feel like you need to leave a comment, I'm a comment back. But as we see the standings of the NBA and how they are right now, you cannot say that we're not going to see some amazing basketball played here in this next week, because it's just now Monday. We still got games on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way to Sunday the 13th before we even touch the play-in tournament. It is going to go down. Teams are going to be playing their heart out, blood, sweat, and tears on the court. Hey, I'm going to be watching. I'm hoping you're going to be watching. But, hey, this is going to be the end of this session of Speak Your Game. You know I'm going to come back because the Lakers play the OKC, and you're going to know I'm going to have something to say about it, plus the other games that's going to go on. This is Speak Your Game. I'm Jay Muscle. I'm going to catch you next time because I got to get ready for these games. I'll holler at you.